Lights.
Camera.
Action.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of $1 Million Media. I am your host, Max Kellerhals, and with me today I have another packed room. Starting off we have...
Yen.
Aya.
Nile.
And today we're going to be talking about martial arts movies because we're all a part of the martial arts club here at my school. I mean, I'm a huge fan of martial arts movies. I don't know about you guys.
Well, I mean, I kind of grew up on them. And I'm kind of a simple guy. I like him just because of the action scenes. And because growing up in, Florida, I didn't get to see a bunch of people that look like me. So watching martial arts movies was a nice way to experience my own culture without, needing a plane ticket. So I'm Asian, by the way.
I mean, to be fair, they can't see you, so that's good to know.
Yeah.
That's right.
Maya, what about you?
So I'm just more of a fan of the wuxia genre, which is more the Chinese martial art, fantasy kind of. I just really like the costuming and some of the stunts that they're able to pull off.
For me, I think I'm a little bit like Ian in the aspect where I'm just a simple guy. I like good fights, and martial arts just happens to have some of the best fights that I've ever seen in movies in general, and I don't know, it's definitely got me to want to learn martial arts myself, and that's why I'm here right now talking about it.
The reason why I got into martial arts movies is because I'm a simple man. I like a good fight scene. I love good action, and martial arts, especially Eastern style martial arts movies, where they don't cut and they just show the fights without having too much stylization, is just really cool to me because it's seeing people actually perform these particular stunts and moves that it seems humanly possible that you can do. So, yeah, that's why I've always gotten into them. That's why I do a little bit of martial arts. Not great at it, but it's fun and it's a nice exercise. All right, I'm going to kick off with a couple of martial arts movies. The Raid franchise. Mm-hmm. Now, this is a bit different from most films on this list because it's not from China. It's actually from Indonesia. It's an Indonesian-style martial arts movie where the SWAT is called in to raid this building of this drug lord. And when they get into the building, the drug lord locks the building down and basically says to all the tenants, if you kill any of the SWAT members, rent will be free for you. So everybody in the building is now against the police, and we follow one guy who is like this he's a rookie, but he is a secret badass as he tries to not only survive, but still take down the drug lord. The movie is crazy. It's very tense. It has a lot of moments where the sheer you are not safe. At any moment we could get killed. There's a moment where they have to hide within the walls of this building, and one of the guys is literally testing to see if they're in the walls by stabbing with a machete the walls, and the main character gets cut on the cheek. But then he has to figure out a way to get the blood off, so he has to hold his cheek there and put his fingers on the blade so that when the guy takes the blade out, the blood is wiped off. Stuff like that is very creative. But what the Raid is mostly known for is its fight scenes. Its fight scenes are incredible in that they're fast-paced, they're very brutal. They use a bunch of knives, batons, machetes, any kind of weapon that could be found pretty much street-wise. It's so creative because the camera work is smooth. The stunt work by the director, Gareth Evans, is incredible at showing the action that it needs to be shown. The main actor, Iko Uwais, who's become more well-known in the martial arts community and has been in a bunch of movies as of recently. I know he was in Snake Eyes recently. But yeah, it's a really fun movie. Maybe I shouldn't say fun because it is very brutal, but it is one of those movies where it's just story is very light, but it's there. But what you're there for is the fights, and the fights do deliver. Just to quickly talk about The Raid 2, it's very good. It has more story than the first, but I can't talk about it because it is a spoiler. So I'll just say the fights in The Raid 2 are 10 times better because they do incorporate a little bit more some campiness to it. There's two mob hitmen. One is called Hammer Girl and the other one's called Baseball Bat Boy. You can kind of figure out what their weapons are. Yeah. But it's fun fight scenes like that are in the second one. And a brutal prison fight. One of the most brutal... You're laughing now, but I'm telling you, man, like it gets violent, like and muddy. So yeah,
Sounds like something I need to watch. Sap, ace that.
yeah, it is. Yeah, I highly recommend the Raid franchise. Yen, I know we want to talk about this one.
Sorry.
Kung Fu Hustle.
Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna give like an oversimplification.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
My memory's very blurry with Kung Fu Hustle. It's
So-
been a couple of years.
Kung Fu Hustle is about. Oh God, where do I start?
Yeah, it's hard to start. It's
Okay,
It's kind of complex.
It's a very
Right?
complex plot, but it's very silly.
Oh, it's awesome.
It's convoluted.
Yeah, compared to the Raid, this is like the Raid is like violent action movie. Kung Fu Hustle is a literal live action cartoon.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's got some like extreme
Yeah.
cartoon, air quotes,
Yeah.
violence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's about. Here we go. Okay, so there is this building tenant area,
Pigsty.
pigsty. Thank you. That is run by a couple landlords, and everybody's just living this nice, normal little life. I mean, the tenants are kind of poor,
Yeah, I mean it's semi-decent.
semi-decent, but
place
they're
called
living.
Pigsty.
They're happy.
Yeah.
They're alright.
They're all right. Then one day, this guy comes by who wants to be a member of the Axe Gang. He comes by and starts hustling these people, and then slowly but surely, the Axe Gang comes into this little pigsty area and starts messing with these people, but the people fight back because some of them are secret martial arts masters.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm gonna say, because this movie is awesome.
Yeah.
I love Kung Fu Hustle.
I mean, on top of that, there's like the whole story of like romance and like
Oh yeah.
finding one's true self. It's crazy. It's like there's multiple stories in that
Yeah.
movie.
Oh, yeah, that's insane.
Yeah. But I love the slapstick humor in it.
What's
Like,
your favorite scene regarding that?
Okay, so not the fighting ones, but just like the funny moments.
Funny moments, yeah.
Let's
Oh.
see.
You go first.
I'd say it's not too funny, but the reveal of the masters, the way they did it, and like you see how their
Oh, yeah.
occupation sort of corresponds with their fighting style.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
funny.
yeah.
Like
That was funny, yeah.
especially Spear Guy, it was like so literal, or the coolie or coolie.
Mhm.
Sorry, coolie is how we say it in Vietnamese, but like you see him like squatting, doing a bunch of work with his legs, and then
Oh,
later
yeah,
on
yeah,
he's just
yeah.
using his legs as like
Yeah.
his main
He's the kick
style.
He's
yeah.
like the kick guy. Yeah. Nile, do you have a funny moment?
I think my funny moment would have to be the chase scene when they were running.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That's literally like a cartoon.
That was
It
like
is.
that was the cartoon part that I liked the most. That was like that caught me as a kid and it had me laughing.
I think my favorite is just before that when they're
Yeah.
trying to kill the old lady.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Oh, yeah.
Where they have a bunch of knives. The idea is they're trying to throw the knives to kill the woman, but their throws are so bad. Like the first guy throws a knife, it gets lodged into his shoulder, so the other guy's just like, okay, I'll take over. He throws his knife directly into the other guy's the other shoulder of the other guy, and then when he's like, I think you should get a bit closer. He gets closer. And he goes to throw the knife back, and he sticks it in the guy's arm,
Yeah.
and then throws the handle at the woman, getting her attention. And then there's another part where it's just like, oh, where'd that blade come from? And he's like, oh, it's just fine. And he takes it out, and he's just like, no, just, you shouldn't have done that. And he puts the knife right back in.
Yeah.
It's so silly.
I mean, I think in that scene, that's also when he got bit by a snake, right? And his lips are like really big.
Yeah. The movie is directed by Stephen Chow, who I believe at the moment has like one of the highest grossing films in China. I don't know what it is, but he's a pretty big director over there.
Good guy over there.
And I love his style of comedy, and like it's a very much a love letter to all of martial arts movies, especially even Western movie styles. But yeah, the fights are amazing. A bit too. I'll say that there's great choreography. I just think that some of the fights do lean more on like crazy cartoony effects,
Yeah.
especially towards the end, where it's literally like, okay, how is this guy fighting people? He's fighting people by stomping their toes into like flattening them. And I mean literally flattening them
Yeah.
out like a pancake. It's ridiculous. Yeah. So is there anything else you guys want to say about Kung Fu Hustle?
Man, there's so many, like, those are just a few of the scenes that are really funny. It's like the whole movie. You could
It's
name
hilarious.
so
Yeah.
many things, but I think, honestly, the soundtrack. I really like the soundtrack.
You know what?
Especially, like, I think Szechuan General, like General
Yeah,
Canton.
Degree of the Szechuan General.
Oh, yeah, that one.
You know what? I didn't think about that. But yeah, the soundtrack is really good. It's like class. I don't know what the instrument is called. So you guys might know.
Maybe it's like Erhu or something.
Who were?
I don't know. Honestly, there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the
Alright.
Chinese ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really narrows it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, but it's a really great soundtrack, and I highly recommend if you're into like traditional. I'm going to say traditional sounding
Yeah.
Chinese music. I recommend it. It's almost like a choreography dance with the
Yeah.
martial arts, and that's kind of what makes it fun, and the soundtrack really fun.
There's a little bit of a mix of like with the Western stuff too, like when they add in the jazz trumpet for like the romantic part,
That's true.
or like I think even in Decree of Szechuan General, there's a little bit of Western, like I want to say orchestra, just a
Oh.
little bit in there. It's bombastic like an orchestra.
Yeah, it's more bombastic.
But
And it kind of
still-
sounds more like a traditional Western, where it would have like the brass instruments come
Yeah.
out. Yeah, I see what you
But
mean.
then it mixes in the Chinese flavor of being bombastic.
I didn't think about the soundtrack, but yeah, the soundtrack is amazing in this movie. Is that all we got to say about Kung
Yeah.
Fu? Okay, the next movie we're going to talk about is our first Jackie Chan film on this list.
Mm.
It's Drunken Master 2.
Oh man, I haven't seen Drunken Master 2.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either. I'm in the dark.
I haven't seen it either.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm actually gonna have to take it away.
I'll take over this one again.
Go Max.
Yeah,
MVP.
it's my show.
Ooh, yeah.
So Drunken Master 2, the reason why I choose this one over the first one is because I just think it's better up until the end. And what I mean by the ending, I love the movie up until the very, very end when it's just like, this is the last minute of the movie. I don't like that part because I just find it to be a bit too silly and cheap.
Mhm.
But this movie is if we want to talk about like Jackie Chan in his best, I think it's in this movie.
Really?
I love this movie because there's so many, like, you really get to see Jackie's stunts, his fighting, his the style that he was made known, which is Drunken Master style, which is more about keeping the body loose and like redirecting punches, and it's a really cool style. But in the movie, they say that he actually has to get drunk,
Yeah.
and you get to see a lot of the best of Jackie Chan's, what he's more known for, which is like his crazy comedic style of fighting, where he'll be like doing one thing while also fighting another person. So like he'll be trying to drink like a bottle of something while fighting two guys, while also doing it with a stool.
Wish I could do that.
Yeah, it's just crazy. So it's just really, really creative, fun fights. Also, the axe game is kind of in this movie as well. The movie is about him and his family trying to stop this. I don't remember if it was like a white guy coming in, but it's some
I
guy.
like this
You know
already.
what it is?
Yeah.
But it's some guy who's just coming in and taking the culture and just like making this big museum and also driving more crime into the area.
Yeah.
Mm.
So him and his family are trying to figure out a way to like, yeah, okay, I see you guys laughing over there.
No, it just reminds me of
Real
I'm
life.
not skipping ahead too much, but like the Rush Hour like stories.
Okay.
Too?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I know what you're
No, I know it was number one with
Okay.
that British guy.
I think
Oh,
the guy
yeah.
was white. I don't know. It's just some big guy coming in, like taking up all the culture. He has like a bunch of goons, like Chinese goons and
Yeah.
everything like that. And I remember it was just like, yeah, I don't remember this movie all that well. I just remember the fights. The story is okay,
Yeah.
but the fights are really good, and that's what you're here for. So he basically has to step up for the community and fight these guys. Labor after labor, he just keeps on trucking until the final fight takes place at like this industrial coal place where he literally has to drink lighter fluid in order to get drunk. I highly recommend you guys check out some of the stunts he did for this movie. One of the most well-known stunts he did in this movie is where he was pushed onto literal flaming hot coals.
Mm.
Like, Yeah. He was pushed into like a pit of flaming hot coals. He did the stunt, and when you see the behind the scenes, he's just like, help, help, help. And like pushing out. They'd show it in slow-mo, he's pushing it out. And like the more he like touches the ground, the more he's like, ah, ah, ah.
Jackie Chan don't mess around.
Yeah, that's why I say this is like the epitome Jackie Chan film, because yes, some other films have bigger stunts, like I forgot the one where he literally runs down a building without a wire.
I think I know what you're talking about. It's like Rumble in Manhattan, maybe?
Rumble in the Bronx or something.
Or Bronx, yeah. So
Yeah.
I keep...
There's
That's what
one
the name
where
Oh my God.
I know there's one where he was literally hanging off of a helicopter. There's this famous one from Police Story where he's going down the pole and the lights. He's got second-degree burns on his hands.
Mm.
There's that one, but I just like this one because the story's simple, the fights are awesome. There's one with the Axe Gang that was really cool,
Yeah.
where the Axe Gang are infiltrating a building, and he just has to take them on, all of them at once, with just like this big thing of bamboo. It's awesome. That was Legend of the Drunken
Oh,
Master.
hold on. When was that made? Because like I want to know how like young he was, I guess.
I'm gonna say early 90s.
Okay.
It was
so-
still when he was over in China,
Okay.
not making like Rush Hour or anything like that. So it was early.
So
It's a little bit late in his career because the first Drunken Master was like early 80s.
Mhm.
This one's early 90s.
Okay.
So it's him coming back to the character. Yeah.
This came out in 2000.
2000.
Oh wow, I was
Yeah.
wrong.
Oh, damn.
October 20th, 2000.
Holy shit.
Even
Okay.
back then he was like rumbling
Wait,
around.
was
It's
that
crazy.
was that
Release date.
released?
Release. Oh, U.S. release. Hold on.
If it's the U.S. release, then it could have been like earlier.
Early, yeah, yeah.
So it's probably like late 90s then.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That make a little bit more sense.
Okay. Continuing on Jackie Chan train. Let's talk quickly about Rush Hour.
Alright, cool.
All right. Do you, any of you? Most of you seen Rush Hour?
Yeah.
I saw it like once. So
Which one?
The first one.
I don't know. I feel like Rush Hour. It doesn't. Like I feel like the stunts. It doesn't like come up to the level of like Drunken Master. I feel like where it was in the prime of his youth and he was like doing all the stunts.
Mm.
But I still think it was cool that he was still doing all the stunts and like I don't know, another black actor who was doing martial arts and it was just really cool to see like another like an earlier Jaden Smith. I don't know. I
I'd
guess
say
it was-
hell yeah to that, man. Power to the minorities.
Yeah.
You could say that.
Okay.
Why did you look at me?
No, because you're like the headmaster. Okay, wait, that's
Whoa.
no, I meant,
Hold on.
Wait. I
Gotta
meant to
cut that
say
out.
Max is the
Well, he runs. This,
I'm
so-
white.
Well,
Yes,
he's the head
we
of the
get it.
show.
Dang.
But
Well,
like,
he runs this place.
Yes, it's my show, but
Yeah.
I invite people on.
Yes.
okay,
No, it's just-
disclaimer: he has nothing but minorities in here right now.
I'm the minority.
Besides himself.
Yeah.
No, but it's just the fact that I don't know. They're just doing all their stunts, or at least like Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan are, and that was really cool to see. Cause like they would show at the end of every movie, they would show the bloopers, and like some of them you would see Jackie Chan doing his stunts and he'd mess up a little bit, or like he'd laugh because he messed up, or Chris Tucker said something funny. I don't know, it's just all cool to me. I was like, it shows like there's life in these movies, and
Mhm.
like I don't know, like they're actual people.
Yeah,
And it was cool to see the martial arts and like the comedy come together finally.
Yeah.
Like that was like a cool center for me.
I definitely agree. I guess for that time too, it's really interesting to have a Chinese and black lead.
Yeah.
Because it was usually like you just get a white guy and a black guy, or a white guy and a Chinese guy. So
Yeah,
for have
black
it be
guy.
that like minorities lead
Yeah.
a film, especially like an action comedy with a relatively big budget, it's pretty impressive, especially for that time.
Oh yeah, it came out in 1998.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah. I've seen Rush Hour 1 and 2. I haven't seen 3. The only scene from 3 that I've seen, it's Chris Tucker going up to like the old master and he's going, what you said, yes? No, I'm not you. You are me.
Oh,
I am you.
I am you.
I
Yeah,
am
I've
me.
seen that scene on like
he's like, who are you? I am me. Who are you?
I've seen that scene.
that specific one.
Yeah.
That's an awesome scene.
There's also a scene where they have to get a nun to,
Oh yeah.
to translate in
Oh, that's a good scene. That's
French.
a good
At the
scene.
very end, she just goes,
No, I get it. He's like, a pleasure doing business with you, sister. Anytime, brother. Where they high five and then snap at the end like
Yeah.
that.
The one thing that I don't like is some of the fights is that it becomes a little bit too Western for me. And what I mean by that is they don't allow Jackie to do the things that he's usually known to do.
Yeah.
But then again, over here in the West, we have insurance to worry about, so we don't want our main actors to get hurt because it would cause a lot of things. While over there, they're a bit more lenient about that.
So they could go wild.
Yeah, they could go wild. There's also a thing where if you're not on camera, if you're a stunt actor or anything like that, you don't get paid at all. So that's why all these actors are literally just trying to do whatever they can to get in more of the fights. So they're bringing everything so that they can actually like get paid.
Yeah.
Hey man, go hard or go home.
Yeah,
That's
go
what
hard
makes
or go
good
home.
Asian movies. Or
Exactly.
kung fu, martial arts, whatever.
Yeah.
It's really make or break, honestly.
But yeah, in Rush Hour they don't really do that because it is more It is a Western film. So that's my only problem. But it's still fun. There's still good fight scenes, and they put a lot of effort into them. It's just a bit different, not really my style. So moving on from Jackie Chan films, we're going to be talking about a movie that was inspired by all of these films. And we're going to be talking about Shang-Chi. Maya, you said you wanted to talk about this.
Go
Do you
right ahead,
want to
Maya.
possibly go ahead?
Take the lead.
Well, the basis of it is his dad, right, had possession of the 10 rings, but then he got married to this woman from, I don't know where she was from.
She was from like some ancient place in China.
Some ancient place. Yeah, that's
I think.
nice and specific.
I'm trying. I know the name of it. I just forgot the name of it at the top of my head.
Okay, wait,
Talo, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That
Okay,
just sounds like
anyway.
a boba tea order, man. Talo.
That does
It's
sound
from
It
the
kind of
comics.
does, though.
We'll talk about that in a bit.
Yeah.
But anyway, so his dad had the possession of the 10 rings, and he was like immortal
Yes.
from this, right?
Yeah.
As long as he used them, and then then he fell in love as one does, and then he got married, had to get one kid. No,
Two kids.
two kids.
Dude,
I forgot about the
brother.
sister.
Oh, no, your sister. I'm stupid.
Wait, he had a sister?
Yeah, his
oh wait,
sister.
yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, because she
I
was
told
the
you I
one who
was
like
gonna
stayed like in the compound with the dad, and right?
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
she had that
She-
wrestling,
she
like the
stayed.
fighting.
She
right?
stayed a little bit longer than him, but she did make it
right,
out on her own.
because
She just did.
because when the brother dipped, she was like, oh, he's gonna come back for me, but then
Yeah,
he never
and he never did.
did.
What
And
a
then she was
scumbag.
like, well, if he's not going to come back for me, I got to
Yeah.
leave too on my own.
Okay, I forget what prompted the whole like journey to Talo for Shang-Chi.
Oh yeah, maybe.
I believe it was so
Okay,
Because
good.
I know the dad. No, because the dad was sending guys after him, right?
Yeah.
The dad was sending guys after the dad, aka Wenwu, aka the Mandarin from the
Mhm.
comics,
Yeah.
was sending bad guys after Shang-Chi.
Right,
And
and that's where you
his
get the
sister-
whole fight scene on the train, which is great.
Yeah, those
Amazing fight scene.
Oh, amazing.
Oh. Right,
There because him and his sister both had pendants,
right.
Mhm.
and both pendants, if
Right,
put
yeah.
on this little dragon statue, would show him the
Right,
path
to
to
get to
Talo.
Ta-
And let's just say they find a way to get to Talo. I don't want to
Right.
spoil how because that is kind of a
Right.
thing.
No, it is a spoiler, yeah.
That's a
I
spoiler.
don't even remember.
I have a general
Trevor?
idea.
See, I know the general like plot points, but I forget how everyone gets to where they needed to be.
We
Yeah,
don't
I
have
feel
to.
ya.
We don't have to talk about
I know.
plot. We can just talk about what you like about
Yeah,
it.
I legit thought they went back to China because the grandma died, but obviously that wasn't it. So I must be thinking of something
No,
else.
'cause-
You might be.
Okay.
All right, I'll
Yeah.
say this.
I thought she was cool.
I really like this movie. I thought it was really cool. It was nice to see Marvel take on this character and also do it properly. Because from the comics in the 70s,
Ooh,
it's very problematic because they literally colored him yellow in the
that's
comics.
awkward.
I
Yeah.
can't be having that.
No, it was
Immediate
not.
no.
No, yeah. So for the movie, they were like, "We're changing that." Shang-Chi's dad.
I would
wasn't-
hope.
Shang-Chi's dad in the comics was also a guy named Fu Manchu.
Oh God,
Oh.
that is.
That's-
That's man.
So they changed. So they kept. So what they did is they basically took the idea of the father storyline, took what's good about that,
Right.
changed the character to an actual cool character, still problematic character.
But I could see where he was coming from, though, kind of.
What do you mean?
Like the whole.
The
What, his
dad?
goal?
Yeah.
Or
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing I love about this movie. The relationship between him, Shang-Chi, and his dad, Wenwu,
Mm.
is great.
Oh,
That's what I love about the
good
film.
relationship.
Yeah, the
Dark
fights are
relationship.
really good. I can't really speak behind like the cultural impact about it because
Okay,
I'm
so-
just another white guy.
No, but did you see that meme where it said the most unrealistic part of Shang-Chi was the mom saying that she's proud of?
I've seen a bunch of like
Oh
Asian memes on there.
man, I didn't see that, but man, that
It's
is
true,
deep.
though.
It's true
It's-
though.
Yeah. Dang, that is
No,
deep.
I saw that because I follow Simu Liu, the guy who plays
Yeah,
Shang-Chi.
yeah.
He posted that. And he
Yeah.
was just like, "Damn."
Simu Liu is awesome
like
actor.
shit.
He's
Yeah.
awesome. Like
Good character.
I really like following him on his Instagram
Mhm.
because he's very outspoken, very very funny,
Right.
very charismatic, and he really brings the charismatic nature to the character to the point where I like movie Shang-Chi way better than comic book Shang-Chi
I hope
because
you
Yeah.
would.
Yeah, didn't
yeah. Well, I mean,
Oh
like,
hell yeah,
the-
especially after
No,
what.
no, 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 no. Well, they still kept the character and they did him
No, of
less
course.
racist.
No,
I know.
yeah, I get it. It's, I don't know, just seeing, I don't know. Some movies are better than the comics, and some comics are better than the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like I felt like this one was like
This, yeah.
it was definitely a
also like
concept
martial
of
arts comics aren't as good because it's just literally like
paper.
Yeah, you
It's
can't
paper.
see how you can't see it. Like,
Yeah.
You can't
as well.
you can imagine it, but you
But
can't
it's
like.
not
yeah.
the same.
Yeah, it's not the same.
There's still photo of a guy getting punched. All right, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool, but like
Uh-huh.
I want to see the punch.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
want
Yeah.
to see the differentiation.
yeah.
If that's the word.
That's
Right on.
exactly it. Where it's just I don't know. And also like I read a couple comics, or at least comics that he starred in. So it'd be like Spider-Man featuring Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu. He was just kind of a really boring character because it was literally Spider-Man with all these really cool powers, and then Shang-Chi who just knows how to fight.
Yo,
just
here's
being
just.
there with Spider-Man.
Uh-huh.
Hey, it's an Asian guy.
It was literally like their answer to Bruce Lee. So anytime that Shang-Chi would appear in a comic, it would basically be like,
Bruce Lee.
and it's just Bruce Lee.
And just superhero Bruce Lee, yeah, basically.
And they kind of did that more. In more recent years, he's kind of gained more powers.
Mm.
Like he had this ability at one point to multiply, so he'd be like in multiple places at once fighting.
Yeah,
So he'd be so fast.
but that like cultural impact you mentioned earlier,
Mm-hmm.
it finally like gave I guess Asians more like of a character. We're not
Yeah.
just one-dimensional
Yeah.
kung fu fighters.
I also actually liked how much like Mandarin they were speaking in
Yeah.
the movie. Like
I'm
that's
a
like the
world
opening, like the opening scene. The mom is telling him a story, right?
Yeah,
Like
Yeah,
how she
it's all
met the dad.
narrated
Yeah.
in
Yeah, in
Mandarin?
That was
Yeah.
nice.
Okay.
yeah. It's about time you guys read subtitles.
Right, literally.
yeah.
Yeah, I watch anime like every other.
Yeah, no, I'm
College
speaking to like the.
You're
General
telling me
population.
this as long as I've seen most of
No,
these
no, no,
films
no,
that
I'm
are in a
s-
different
no,
language.
when I was pointing this way, I meant like to the audience. You know.
Oh yeah.
No offense
okay.
to the audience, or maybe a little bit, but
Gotta
like,
practice just looking at subtitles.
yeah,
You
yeah.
just
Oh,
gotta
I
like
get that.
You gotta be up and down.
No,
That's why I
Max.
like martial arts movies because a
Yeah.
lot of time there's no talking.
It helps
No,
if you
Max,
can read
I
really
know you're
fast.
cultured, man. Don't worry.
I
I know
know.
everyone in this
Yeah.
room is cultured
Yeah,
as
Dragon Ball
hell.
Super, bro.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball
Prime-
Super.
Just prime example. Just fight. No, it's just a movie that barely like.
Is it that
Had any
like
dialogue.
the live action one or?
No, not live action. No.
Oh,
No,
it's
no,
just
no,
like
no.
a.
We don't talk about that.
We don't.
Okay.
We're not talking about that shit on martial arts episode.
Alright.
Fuck off.
No.
Max, bleep that out.
No, we're keeping it.
Look at.
Lick.
All right. Are we done talking about Shang-Chi, or is there anything we want to add in about it?
Um,
Because I really like the film, but
Just I don't know. Summarized it. Good movie.
Yeah.
Really good movie. Brought like understanding for Asian culture. Same way like
Mhm.
Black Panther did for African American people. So
Yeah.
And
I definitely saw the comparison.
Found it funny how like there'd be little white kids who would want to like,
Oh,
I want to
yeah.
be Shang-Chi, but I was fine with it, and so
Yeah.
was Simu Liu. He was saying like,
Yeah.
good.
it's just a positive male role model, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
It just happened, you know, they happen to be Asian, but like,
Yeah.
it's
Also,
nice
like
to
that and
have.
Black Panther too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's
like, I wanna
not,
be Black
like-
Panther. Wakanda forever.
Out of mallet, you know. It's
Yeah,
not,
yeah, it's like-
It's out of the kindness of their heart.
It's not like the kid is wanting to
Like be.
be a. He wants to be the character.
He wants to be the
Yeah.
character.
He
Not,
doesn't wanna
not
be
the
Asian.
ethnicity.
Right.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
Right.
It's the character and their powers,
It's-
not
Yeah.
the ethnicity.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
what they mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I meant I thought it was cool.
No, I get it. No, I thought
Yeah,
that was.
I get what
No,
you're
yeah, you put
It's
it.
also a little kid, and they're not.
Yeah,
really.
it's a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Kids can be vicious though, but
I
like,
would have loved
Generally-
Shang-Chi as a kid. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I was like, it was.
Oh, Shang-Chi is a kid? Oh.
I would have been like, that's. Oh, I mean, I love the character even now. But
Yeah.
what I mean is, like,
Yeah.
as a
Like-
kid,
Oh,
I'd be
yeah,
like,
yeah,
You'd be
for
like,
this is awesome.
oh, like that would have been stuck in my head for weeks.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, at
I
very
would've
least we
thought
can
about
be
them.
thankful that like kids now will have it.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
So
Kids are so lucky now.
Yeah.
They got everything, man.
Yeah.
I mean, not that we didn't have a lot, but like compared to them, like man,
Right.
the whole world is like at their fingertips, literally.
All right. Well, since we're done talking about Shang-Chi here,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I want to kick it back to the earliest of martial arts movement, at least here in America, that really like brought along the movement and was like the first minority hero kind of character for at least the martial arts community. We're going to talk about Bruce Lee movies. I want to talk about the one that I've actually seen, The Way of the Dragon.
Okay.
So this is the one where
I gotta make sure I got
Bruce
that.
Lee, because I forgot the name of the main character, goes to Greece, goes to like this Chinese restaurant that's being hassled by a gang who are just messing with them, and he comes in, beats up the bad guys, and beats up the gang, and so the gang's like, okay, we need to hire like legit martial artists. So who do they hire? Chuck fucking Norris.
Oh, it's that movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And this is the movie that really... Oh, it's not Greece. Oh, no, the movie takes place in Rome. My bad.
Yeah, because of Coliseum.
Coliseum, that's why. But yeah, the movie is really fun and cheesy, and you have to understand that. However, the fights are really fun. Because you get to see Bruce Lee do his thing with the nunchucks, and the fight with Chuck Norris is a really good fight. It's a bit weird when they cut to the cat that's just randomly in the scene. Just watching the fight. It's a bit weird when they do that, but the fight is really cool. A bit slow for fight scenes that are now, but it's still a really good fight. It's my favorite Bruce Lee film. It's the one that really got me into him as an actor, him as a role model for people. He was the reason why I wanted to do martial arts, because I wanted to be like Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Because he was a really cool guy. He seemed really nice. I recently rewatched this movie. It's weird. So the one scene that I want to talk about that's just one of the most what the fuck moments, doesn't have anything to do with martial arts. It's a moment where Bruce Lee is just walking about Rome. Some woman I should say, comes up to him, and it's just like they're hitting it off, and he's just like, oh, do you need a place to stay? And he is so like gullible. He's just like, yeah, I need a place to stay. He's like, cool, and like he goes to her place. He's like setting everything down. He's like, oh hey, this is really nice. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, she's topless.
Oh, that's awesome.
I hate that that's your first reaction, but like I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it be.
Yeah. I just remember that. I don't remember that as a kid, but I remember that, and I was just like, wait, what? Because it literally comes out of nowhere.
He's just like, oh, this is cool.
And I just have to say this as well. The movie is directed by Bruce Lee.
He's a man of culture.
Yeah, so I was just like, Bruce, what are you trying to do here?
He was trying to set himself up for success.
I know.
I mean, you're directing yourself in a movie. I don't know. I'd like to do that too.
Yeah.
I'd like to make myself look good.
Do you really want that recorded?
No, he said make himself look good, not
Not necessarily like that.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
just saying make myself look like a good character in something.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Not like that. No, God, no.
No, it's like everyone wants to be a cool movie character. I think
Yeah,
that's what
yeah,
it is,
okay,
you
I
know.
see what you mean. Yeah.
Not
you're
what
dir-
Bruce did.
Yeah,
Not what Bruce
not necessarily
did.
what Bruce did in that moment. But I don't know, like if you were the main character in the movie and you were directing that movie, wouldn't you want yourself to look like a good character?
I'd have a scene where I beat up like 50 people.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like,
I don't know. I think I would just be honest because I'd rather people understand.
no, I get it. Like
This
you
is
want to
getting
be
a weird
honest. I'm not
tangent,
saying I'm not saying don't be honest, but I would still like to like make myself look good at the same time. Like be honest, but like show like good parts. as
I'm gonna
well.
not be honest. I'm gonna be like, I can fly. I'm the best martial arts master in all of Asia.
You're like Chuck Norris, where he says, I could bench press the fucking Grand Canyon.
I can pluck the hairs off of Chuck Norris's chest and get away with it.
No, that's a scene when in the fight where
Yeah.
where Bruce Lee grabs a chunk of
That's funny.
of the
Chest
sweaty Chuck Norris chest hairs, and the best part is he tries to do the thing where he flat palms it and like blows it, going like, but it's so sweaty that it just sticks to his hand, so he just has to wipe it off. It's
so
hilarious.
funny.
That's good.
All right,
So we're going into Enter the Dragon now, or
We can talk about Enter the Dragon. I've seen it. I think Enter the Dragon is a better movie than
Yeah.
Way of the Dragon.
yeah, I personally like that a lot. Like I don't remember because it's been, God knows how long since I last seen it. But like me and my dad, that's like one of our first. That's one of our first few martial arts movies where me and him like, we knew that we were like, all right, we both like martial arts movies, so we're gonna like start watching them more together.
Way of the Dragon was
Before
that for me and my dad.
Yeah, like that, like Enter the Dragon is what started it, and I don't know, just like, I don't know, I don't remember too much, and we just remember scenes from the movie where like,
The ending fight's really kind of fun.
oh, that was
Agreed.
fun. That was
With
a
the
great fight
mirrors.
scene. Yeah, the mirrors, it was insane. But like, I just remember, like when Bruce Lee was talking to his student, and me and my dad meme about this all the time, where he was trying to get him to like do something a certain way, and he did it right, and Bruce Lee was like, "How did that feel?" And his student was like, "Let me think." And like Bruce Lee slapped his hand. He was like, "Don't think, feel." It's just like a finger pointing away to the moon. I don't know. It's just like it was like a very unique thing to see. It was like the real Bruce Lee, but just I don't know in a movie. So
Less of like an action movie filter on him, and
Yeah,
more
it was-
like the
it
real
was like-
deal.
Yeah, the real guy.
Yeah, like it wasn't a filter. It was Bruce Lee.
It was a
in all-
human moment.
Yeah, it was a very humanized moment for me and my dad, and it was
Yeah.
just funny as well. So it just added on to it. That's why we remember it so much.
Mhm.
Is that the one? Is this the same movie where they had Bolo Young in it?
Yes.
The
Yeah,
big-
it is.
The big guy? Yeah,
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 that
he's
is-
in this movie.
he's-
Oh yeah, he is.
This is also known for the, like, him jumping up in slow-mo, coming down and going
yeah,
like,
yeah. I love that.
that, yeah.
So many iconic moments.
Oh, yeah. Like, I think it has my favorite, second favorite movie kick of all time. Where, it's the final fight, and he does, like, a crescent moon kick to the bad guy. It's a shot of the bad guy behind his head.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They just have a dummy up there so Bruce can really fucking kick that thing.
Yeah.
So you literally see it in one frame, the dummy just go, whah! And then just out of frame. It is gone. It's my second favorite movie kick, only to The Transporter.
Is that Jason Statham?
Jason Statham.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about the kick real quick.
Okay.
There's a moment where he's running up to a door, and all you see is like through the
Through the eye hole.
through the eye hole.
Yeah.
And all you see him is run up and just jump up and do a front kick, and then it cuts to behind the door. The door goes flying. The guy who's looking through the door
He's
just
like,
goes.
"Ah."
It is
Yeah.
hilarious. It's my
Nice.
favorite movie kick.
No, yeah.
But that's also we could talk about Transporter another time. Maybe in
No,
a
yeah, I don't know.
martial
It was-
arts episode part
It was
2.
good movie. Seeing Jim Kelly in there, that was cool. I don't know, just like a black martial artist, that was cool. Another
Mhm.
early black martial artist.
Mm-hmm.
And to see him have a not a super key role, but just like I don't know, like
A significant role.
a significant role. Where he was like Bruce Lee's buddy in some type of way.
That's
Like kinda, yeah. I think they were like some close friends.
Mm-hmm.
And there was another it was a blonde-haired white guy that he was friends with. I forgot the actor's name.
Oh, I know. I know the actor because he was in A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah. What's his name?
John Saxon. Or something?
Let me Enter the Dragon.
Actually, they were like
Oh,
buddies in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he tried to save the
they were
guy
all
too.
Cool. They were all.
It was a movie about like, hey,
Is it
anybody
John
and everybody
Saxon?
John Saxon.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, John Saxon.
Yeah. It was nice to see like people of all races,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just-
We had a white dude, we had a black dude, and we had an Asian dude.
and like the Asian dude was the main character.
Yeah, the Asian dude was the main character, and the white and black dude were side characters. That was
Yeah.
What were you
Oh.
gonna say again?
Yeah, I think wasn't there a scene where for the black guy's backstory we actually see an all African American like martial arts school?
No,
That was
Oh,
I believe so.
I would
that was
assume
pretty
so,
cool.
yeah.
No, it was really cool to see. I don't know.
because
Yeah.
you don't
He
really
just
see
had a
that.
funny role in the movie where he
Mhm.
was like talking with the main island host, and like he was kind of catching on to like what he was not catching on. Well, he was, yeah, to a certain degree. And he wanted to get
Yeah.
off the island. He was like, "Bullshit, Mr. Handman.
Yeah.
Suddenly
Oh,
I wanna
yeah,
get off
yeah.
this island."
Yeah.
No, I just remember that scene because my dad quotes it all the time. No, it's awesome.
Yeah,
Good
I
character.
love-
I love Jim. I love Jim Kelly.
So yeah, I just want to talk a little bit about. So far we talked about thrillers,
Funny ones.
comedies, Marvel movie,
Oh, yeah.
classics. Now we're gonna go on to artsy kind of movies.
Yeah.
So do you want to kick off with Ip Man?
Oh yeah, okay. Well, wow, it's iconic that it's how ironic how we're starting with going into Ip Man after talking about like Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
'Cause Bruce
Oh
Lee-
yeah, yeah.
'cause
You're
Bruce-
right. Yeah.
Because Bruce Lee was trained by Ip Man, like
Mhm. So that's why Ip Man is so popular because
Yeah.
it was Bruce Lee's
Yeah.
master.
yeah. There's always someone who comes before.
Mhm.
So
Also, Ip Man had a really interesting story.
oh my God, his story was so insane to follow. It was,
Mhm.
I don't know, it just wasn't all fights. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm there for the fights, but just like seeing an artsy feel to them, just like seeing like I don't know, it's just like it was like a flowing river in some type of way. Just the way he fought, it was just like no amount of energy was wasted. It seemed like in any strike or punch that he
Mhm.
did. The film was about Ip Man, and I just remember
I believe the movie takes place shortly after World War.
Oh,
No,
not after. It's
it was
during.
before.
The
Oh,
Japanese
during?
were
It's during.
occupying.
That's
the-
right. Yeah, you're right.
because
You're right.
he was that was before he moved to America. When he moved to America, that was
Pretty late.
that was the third movie. That was
the third one, yeah.
Yeah, because Bruce Lee wanted to say hi to him and all that. Trying to remember. Yeah, it was during World War II.
Yeah,
Yeah,
World War
World
Two.
War II.
World War II, and I don't know. Life was rough. They had to move like to a certain place in town, and it was like prisoners and well, not prisoners.
They're basically being terrorized by the
Yeah, they're
Imperial
being terrorized,
Japanese.
and they had to like take up jobs more than they really like bargained for,
Mhm.
and had to live in like some
Ghettos.
unconditional ghettos. Just I don't know. Life was rough.
I've seen parts of it, man.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the full movie. What I know is that there's a scene that's the most infamous scene.
Yeah.
Is the one where they have a bunch of Japanese
karate
masters, maybe like 9 to 10,
yeah.
Oh, where
There's
you're
10 of them.
surrounded
Where-
in a dark room.
where they basically are like, okay, send your best fighters after our fighters, and one by
Well,
one,
just
all
him.
these different Chinese fighters are just being killed up until, and Ip Man has to step up.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to fight until he has to.
Yeah.
And then when he does,
Oh,
holy shit!
Oh, he turns up. He turns up.
Dude, there's
He
a
gets
moment
to
where
work.
he mulches the guy's face.
Oh, you feel every little punch and jab.
Oh, yeah.
Or like there were
You
some
are in the
crazy
rhythm with
leg
him.
breaks and arm breaks
Oh,
in there.
yeah.
Like
Oh,
he
it
literally
was-
pulled it out of the guy's hip socket and then bent it back.
Oh no, like Ip Man, I feel like is one of the first few key martial arts movies where they like made that scene, like where you would actually see like a bone being broken, or where they wouldn't like.
It wasn't bloody,
It wasn't bloody, don't
but
get
it was
me
just
wrong.
violent.
It was very very violent. Like there was no gory. It wasn't gory at all. But you felt like every bit of pain like that other dude was feeling that was fighting him, because like you said, you would see like his arm break. Like I feel like that was one of the first few times where you would see someone's arm break in like a martial arts movie, where just like some dude feel like extreme pain.
Yeah, like everything
And
was
I
very,
thought that was amazing.
the movie
about
is
that.
gritty in that it's very painful about what, like, the guy's Ip Man, his life is very painful. He's going through a lot of things. His morals are being put into conflict because of the
lifestyle that he's given.
yeah,
and what
the
he has to
Japanese
challenge.
invaders. So he's just like, he's constantly being pushed, and so to see him finally push back,
I feel like
Like-
that scene was like
It's
Donnie
very
Yen
gruesome.
taking the pain that the Chinese felt back then and like incorporating into the movie.
okay,
Because I thought it was funny when you're like saying you could feel the pain
mm-hmm.
from like each strike, and I was thinking you could be like, that's like could be the same effect as like the Chinese feeling, that
Mhm.
terrible amount of pain.
Yeah,
I don't know. It was somewhat to some degree. It's some like a vengeance, like some
Yeah.
type of vengeance or like payback.
From what I know about most of the other Ip Man movies,
Mhm.
each movie does talk about like the different kinds of racism.
Yeah.
Like I know in the second one, it's him having to fight a racist English boxer,
Yeah,
Oh
Twister.
no, yeah. And then the third one is
Mike
basically
Tyson.
it's basically the same thing where he has to fight. Well, it's not necessarily racism, but it's just like
I know his wife is dying.
He's fighting against
No, he's
He's
dying.
fighting against time with
and
his wife.
gangs too. Like
no,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, he did. Well, spoiler. Like in that movie. Oh.
no, you said
You said
spoilers.
spoilers.
Cool,
You said
man.
spoilers.
Okay.
All right. I forgot Maya hadn't seen it.
Oh wait.
No,
Do
I
you
don't.
want us?
I don't care.
I mean, we'll watch it with you. I
Just
would
go,
actually, I would
go.
actually like to watch it with you. Like, I think you would like
Use
it a
that
lot.
selective hearing.
But
I do
like,
have selective hearing.
but like his like, yeah, spoiler. His son is like being rebellious and all that because he's not in the Americas with his dad teaching kung fu or whatever.
Mm.
And then like he learns that Ip Man has cancer and that he's not gonna be on this earth for much longer. So I don't know. He's just like,
I thought it was his wife or his mom.
no, that was him.
Oh, all right.
No,
His
yeah,
wife did. Oh,
no, she didn't.
spoiler. Didn't.
No, that's fine. No,
Yeah.
she had cancer.
No,
Oh,
she
yeah, yeah.
she didn't die of cancer, but he had it as well.
I thought that was
And
the whole point about the third one, where it's just like it was
to
either,
get away.
It was either to.
No, I thought that was the fourth one. The purpose of the fourth one, right?
I thought the fourth. Well, the fourth one is him in America.
Yeah.
And him fighting the really racist
Yeah, the
American
Marines.
general guy.
Oh, that's the one.
Marines,
That's the
yeah.
one I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of the fourth one. I forgot there was a fourth.
Yeah, the third one has.
The third one was with his wife.
with his
Yeah,
wife,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
the
yeah,
fourth
the
one
fourth
is
when
when
he
he gets
sick,
cancer.
Yeah, yeah.
Doesn't he have like a daughter or something?
No, he has a son though.
No,
His son.
the girl you think about is like someone he befriended who
It's like a ward.
no
yeah,
no
no, he was
it
like the principal of the school.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm talking
or
about
this
the
is the fourth
girl.
one. Which
The girl that's
the third?
fourth.
Yeah, principal of the school.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
talking about like the girl, like she's the same age as Ip Man's son.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, she's a ward?
No, not her, but her dad is.
Oh, yeah, of the Chinese Benevolent Society.
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying.
yeah, because I know, like, I saw a video about, I forgot the name of the YouTuber, but he's a YouTuber that talks a lot about, like, how Asian culture is represented in media.
Huh?
Like, he has a great video about talking about Tony Leung's eyes.
Huh.
He talks about Mulan. He talks about, but he talks
Which one? Which Mulan? though?
Yeah, which I was about to say.
Because-
the one people have problems with, the
Okay,
live
okay,
action.
all right.
Live action.
Okay.
So he,
Ooh.
yeah,
I
we're
did
not
my
talking-
senior thesis on that for high school.
Really?
I ripped it to shreds. Yeah.
Good.
Good.
I still haven't seen the movie.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
I'm
Um,
not gonna see it.
yeah, I plan
I'm
to
not
do that
either.
way.
He talks about the Ip Man trilogy
Mm.
and how different kinds of racism like shows up throughout the movies, especially in the fourth one with the racist general, because I think it all started because one of the soldiers was a Chinese guy and he was practicing with the what's
The wooden dummy.
the
I get
wooden
it.
dummy that
Yeah.
has like the
arms.
the arms. I don't know what it's traditionally called.
I just call it the Wing Chun dummy.
Yeah, okay. But he was practicing with that, and they grill him for that, and they beat the guy up for that.
Yeah.
So, Ip Man has to come in and prove that Wing Chun is actually a better martial arts than whatever the general has, and it's a great fight with Scott Adkins and Donnie Yen. Scott Adkins, by the way, great martial artist. I want to see him do more things.
It's funny how like when you talking about the martial arts, they're trying to like prove which one was better. It still had ties with Japan because they're doing karate, taken
Oh, that's
during the
right,
occupation
yeah.
of Japan by America.
Uh-huh.
And then Donnie Yen's still like, I showed the fools back in the 40s how it was done. I'm gonna show you too.
I didn't think about that. Yeah, like, yeah. Oh, wow, $1 billion media.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the more you know.
The more you
The
know.
more you know.
All right. I think that's all we want to talk about the Ip Man.
Is that it?
We have one more of the artsy films that we have to talk about, which is Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, which we're going to have Maya, Yen, and Nile. Do you want to talk about it? I've only seen a couple scenes in this movie.
I haven't seen much of it. I remember it like.
I know
but it's-
I know the scene that everybody talks about.
Yeah.
I've seen it 6 times.
Good.
The scene I know is the one where they use all the weapons on the
Oh,
walls.
yes.
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
god.
It's such a good
That's
scene.
such a good
That was
scene.
so.
I know
That was so good.
Michelle Yeoh, but which by the way, she's recently been in Everything Everywhere All at Once. Great movie. I don't know when this episode's going to get released, but hopefully our review is out. Please watch it.
Okay. I'll watch
I'm
it.
talking to the audience, but yeah.
Oh, sorry, man.
But yeah, please
I was
watch
like-
it.
Okay, I'll still watch
No,
it.
I definitely will.
That made
I'll
me
have to
But
watch
yeah,
it
also,
again.
but in that scene where she's having to fight with all the weapons, apparently she had a back injury,
And she still killed
and
it.
she still did it.
That probably explains why when she took that giant weapon, she actually like tipped it back. Was like, oh, I'm not using that.
She said, maybe not.
Okay, besides the point, let's have you guys talk about Crouching
Alright.
Tiger.
You lead on this. You can
Why?
lead on this
Why
one.
am I leading?
Because you've
Okay.
seen it 6 times. You said
Okay.
to yourself.
All right. Good point.
Dug your own grave.
All right, so
We've had you on this episode. You've been very quiet. I feel bad.
Yeah, Maya.
You've been very quiet.
hey,
That's
Maya
why
has a
I
lot to
haven't-
say.
I haven't watched most of the movies you've been talking about, so I don't really know. I'm not as
Well,
familiar.
even the ones that you did know about, you didn't barely talk. I felt like outside of Shang-Chi, of course.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. I said it right.
Yeah, he did.
Niles canceled.
So the synopsis of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Mhm.
Whew, it's basically a love story that's also about, I don't know, would you say like your duty to like your moral code?
I guess, and then also like with the main character Yu, because she's fighting for like what she for her basic, not necessarily her independence, but her autonomy to do what she wants in
Freedom.
in life. Yeah, her freedom.
Yeah, because didn't she have a lover?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Low Dark Cloud.
That was
Is
her
Chow
name?
Yun Fat?
No. His name in the
No,
movie.
the actor is Chow Yun Fat. Is that Chow Yun Fat?
I don't think.
I can
that's
look it up.
I don't think that's Chow Yun Fat.
Okay.
I don't know.
I mean,
I know
don't
the actors.
but-
I know it's Michelle Yeoh and
Mm.
Chow Yun Fat. That's the only two I know.
I forgot the name of.
And I know the
Jen Yu.
director.
Of the
Only.
Jen Yu, the
Jen Yu.
the girl who
Yeah.
fell in love with Horseman.
yeah.
So basically, it's a movie about a girl trying to escape the, I guess, will of others that they impose onto her.
Patriarchy. What?
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, there's also like
Yeah.
girls
That's-
pushing like Jade Fox and making her like, hey, be my student, and then
Yeah, that's true.
you have Michelle Yeoh's character saying, hey,
But that was also because her motivation for that was also because of the patriarchy.
oh yeah, she did say, oh, your master allows women to sleep with him, but doesn't allow women to learn kung fu or his style of kung fu.
She
Yeah.
said men are the root of all
Alright,
problems.
sorry, this is
and
not a
ran
very
with
good
it.
synopsis. It's more like I've already said so many spoilers, man. I'm so sorry. I forgot to say spoilers.
No, it's okay. My worry about this was just be like, oh, cool fights. But so far, we've actually had some really interesting conversations about this.
No, yeah. I feel,
About
like,
these movies.
I feel like it's hard to get through this movie while avoiding spoilers. I feel like it's
That's the
hard.
thing
Right.
that I know about this movie that I guess has been like a detractor for me. Has been like, with most martial arts movies, I go in with the idea of like, okay, turn your brain off, kind of have fun.
Yeah.
But with this one, I was like, oh no, this is like an Oscar nominated.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Huge
oh, yeah.
Ang Lee, who's
Isn't he
like
an
a
Oscar?
really well-respected director.
Mm.
So I was like, it's not that don't want to see it because I've seen a lot of like really
Mhm.
deep martial arts movies.
Right, right.
It's just that I guess I haven't been founded on any streaming service at the moment.
It's on. We watched it on Peacock, right?
I
that
don't know
explains
what
it.
we watched it on.
I think we did. I'll ask. Who
Honestly,
watched
it used to be on Netflix, so we should just try again and see if it's on there.
I know the sequel's on Netflix, which is not good.
I
I've
remember
seen
watching
It's
that.
not good.
The theme of freedom is very important in that movie, but I feel like in my interpretation, you could say that like too much freedom or the want of too much freedom is a
Right.
bad thing. Because
Mm.
if her answer to that freedom question was what she did,
Right,
we should all not be here.
Yeah.
And we should follow through with that dark instinct.
Mm.
right.
You have to make choices. You can't be there's no such thing as complete freedom. I don't think she really understood that. This is a spoiler from Yan. If you don't want to be spoiled, leave. It's
Or
not my
skip.
fault. I mean, oh yeah, wait. Don't leave. Watch Max's stuff. Subscribe. Don't skip. I mean, but
Don't subscribe. Turn off
Some
notifications.
audience members like, fuck this channel.
Hey, you turn off those notifications.
Wait, what? Turn off?
unsubscribe.
Unsubscribe. and-
Report his account.
Don't click on that bell.
Leave hate comments.
Yeah. Wow, Max, your glasses are big. I don't know. I can't say anything mean about you. You're cool, man.
Aw.
But
Aw.
okay, so
I'm
I'm
keeping that in.
I'm jumping into spoilers.
Yeah.
So at the end of the movie, she kills herself after saying a quote
Yeah.
about like jumping over a mountain. If you're brave enough, whatever dream you have may come true.
Right, and it was the quote that like Noah had told her. It was the story he had told her that.
But didn't she get stabbed before that? Because she was fighting somebody?
Oh, that was earlier though. Like
Oh,
this, she's
yeah.
already like
No, she's
recuperated.
like fine now, but until the jumping off the bridge part.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Um,
like
Follow you.
going with the whole freedom thing, she had the choice of listening to her parents and being married off to a governor, becoming
jump off
like
the
a
bridge, too.
student for like
You want to say that louder, Maya?
yeah, say it, Maya.
You got
Had
something
the-
you want to say to the class?
She had the
Okay.
choice of like becoming
There's some
someone's
bad
student. She had the choice of actually like going through with like her love life with Lo, but because she wanted freedom, quote unquote freedom, she chose suicide to be free
Mm.
of choices being forced on her.
Mm.
But to me, real life doesn't work like that. You have to make choices.
Mhm.
And so in a way, it was also selfish of her. Oh, I
Right.
forgot the fourth imposement
Mm.
was the swordswoman saying, "I did not get a chance at love, so you try and do that. Follow your heart. Do what you think you should do."
Oh, right, right.
And it's like she kind of
Right.
spit in her eye by saying that, or by killing herself.
Yeah, she's like, that was basically like a fuck you, basically.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
screw you, my lover. Screw you. I'm not gonna be a disciple because you got killed anyways.
Yeah.
And like, screw you, parents. Like, I know you loved me and cared for me, but I'm gonna kill myself. It's like,
I'm gonna truly be free.
So I'm gonna head out.
I'm gonna hang with God now.
yeah, I feel like that's not. Maybe I'm missing the point, but like, I think her motive, or like her choices were kind of selfish.
What's her
Yeah.
name?
Jen Yu.
Yeah.
Jen Yu has
Jen Yu.
left the chat.
Yeah, literally, she fucking
She
died.
said, I'm gonna head out now. Bye.
I like the way she jumped off though. She kung
No, she
fu
really-
floated down like
Somebody
a flying
said,
squirrel.
Yeah, flying squirrel.
It's your-
Who said,
yeah,
who said that?
It was your friend, the blonde haired girl, German
oh, yeah,
speaker.
yeah. She said flying
Sorry.
squirrel moment.
No.
No, I know, that'd be fun.
Interesting analysis of the film, and I like that you brought up your opinion about
Mhm.
it and yours too.
Mhm.
Is there anything else you guys want to talk about besides anything? Because I know the film is at least infamous / really well known for its wuxia
Wuxia.
Wuxia.
style floatiness, especially
Oh, yeah,
in
the
the
fight scenes are
Oh,
Very
insane.
floaty.
Amazing.
Very nice.
Very heavy use of wire work.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, most definitely.
In your opinions, do you guys like that style, or do you guys prefer more of a grounded, literally and quote unquote, style of fight?
I'm used to. I just cause I see it more. I'm just
Mhm.
used to that rapid fighting style of like I don't know, like how Donnie Yen does it when he's like Ip Man. Just all the rapid punches, just getting them, boom, 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 just hitting them. But I don't know. I feel like I could. I'm definitely used to. Definitely the flowing idea.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm. This is very fluid and it's easy to follow, and it adds
Mhm.
a artsy style. Not that martial arts. Like
Well, it's an art.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
not that it isn't an art already. Exactly, like
No,
it's,
you're
in,
good, you're
it's yeah, like it's in the name. So
Mhm.
it's like some undescribable thing. I
Mhm.
can't. It's something that can't be really put into words. You'd have to see it for yourself.
It's kind of like watercolor versus oil painting.
Right.
Yeah.
Oil painting is very direct, or I should say acrylic painting, very direct, very like you are the color you see, the color you get.
Yeah.
Well, watercolor is very free flowing. It drips. It's you have to work with it. It's very relaxing.
Right.
Where yeah, that's kind of how I see it, but
Mhm.
just in the art style of things. Maya, do you have any thoughts on wuxia?
I definitely like. I'm definitely a fan of the genre. Like I mentioned kind of before, I tend to watch a lot of like Chinese dramas. Like it's like most common place you know wuxia is like it's a historical fantasy genre. But that's definitely I feel like one of the main trademarks of wuxia is the fighting style. Definitely appreciate it where it's like expected. You know, like if all of a sudden in like I don't know, rush hour, he starts to flying around. You'd be like,
Kata, come back.
Gotta.
You'd be like a little,
I don't know
you'd
how
be
to
a
control
lot
it.
more off put by that.
That's fair.
You know.
Yen, do you have any?
I enjoy seeing. I honestly, like we're talking about martial arts movie in general. I
Mhm.
think there should always be both types.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
saying.
yeah.
I'm not saying that they're. I'm just asking if like what's your thoughts on the
Right,
different
right.
types, and if you
Um,
have a particular type that you like.
I'd say I sort of like the ones grounded in reality more, but every once in a while I like to,
Mhm.
see more of that free flowing
Yeah.
action, because that feeling you guys were talking about, like what you were talking about now, it kind of reminds me of what you might feel seeing like, I don't know, a superhero movie or something.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
It's
Otherworldly.
nice. It's nice to step
I
back
see
from
what you're
like the
Yeah.
real gritty ones. you
Yeah.
know?
I get what you mean. Yeah.
and it's just like the whole, I guess, aesthetic of seeing someone in long flowing robes
Oh,
moving
yeah.
so smoothly
Gracefully.
through
The
the air.
aesthetic is.
It's almost like
Oh, it's amazing for 2000.
Oh yeah.
That's insane.
Mm.
I think anybody have anything else to say before we wrap this up?
No, that's it for me.
I love martial arts movies, and
Yeah,
you should too.
Martial arts movies are good.
See more
Like
foreign
that.
films.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see
That's all I
more
gotta
foreign
say.
films.
Literally, it's so much opens up once you get over the subtitle thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you
kind
just quote? I know that's a quote. From,
I know it's a quote from somewhere.
It's
but
Bong
like
Joon-ho.
I didn't quote it directly, but like it was pretty much word for word.
Yeah,
but
Bong Joon-ho said that after he won the Oscar for Paris.
Oh, I remember that. People were so salty about that.
I
love it.
wasn't.
No, because he's not wrong.
All right, so I'm gonna wrap this up. Thank you to my
Oh, boy.
cast of guests here. Do you guys want to say your name one more time?
Nile.
Oh yeah.
Yan.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for listening to another episode of Million Dollar Media. I have been your host, Max Kellerhals. If you're listening to this on my YouTube channel, please like, subscribe, and share, and have a nice day.